You guessed it, folks. It's time for biscuits.
Oh, and these buttermilk biscuits are the best you're ever gonna have.
Oh, they're light, they're flaky, and unbelievably delicious.
And just begging for a drizzle of honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh, I've made a bold statement saying it's going to be the best I've ever had.
I know. Well, I'm telling you, folks, biscuits are amazing. So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My flaky layered loon.
My flaky layered loon. Can you get that out there?
I know. I sound like Lauren Bacall. I've been a little under the weather.
He sounds worse than he feels.
I do.
I speak for you.
Thank you. It's absolutely true. I've been through the ringer for you guys, but I'm on the back end of it now. Or what is it? Anyway, I'm feeling fine. I just have a raspy voice. So bear with me because everything is better with biscuits.
Yeah, and you guys, Chris has been perfecting this biscuit recipe for years. And I cannot tell you how much I love them.
I know. I'm excited to share it with you. You're going to love it. You're going to want it. It's only got 3 ingredients. Isn't that amazing? So let's get going.
It's nuts.
Well, let's start with you.
Oh, this butter. This butter is...
Butter me up, baby.
This butter is... Donk, 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 frozen solid. We've had it in the refrigerator like
the freezer.
In the freezer like almost all night. But we've let it sit out for about 15 minutes because you need to at least get it a little
easier
soft.
to work with, yeah.
But that's, when it's hard like that, it's easier to do what I'm about ready to do.
And what are you about to do?
I'm about ready to grate some butter.
Oh, great.
And I got my gloves on so I don't get so sticky.
Yeah.
And I need a whole stick, but I've got 2 here because it's easier for me to do half of it because I've got something to grasp onto and then do the other
Then
half.
he's not grating his nubs.
Yeah, my knuckles.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to just start. So I got it on the right one, Chris?
This is a technique that I learned sometime a while ago, and it's the perfect. You've heard of you've heard about cutting butter into the flour with a pastry cutter. That's great. This is another way of doing that. It helps to make these biscuits super light and super fluffy.
And you get a workout.
You do get a workout, and but that's good. We all could use that.
Is it the key to biscuits? Basically, is your butter cold butter?
Everything needs to be cold. So that's probably the biggest takeaway. You want to make sure don't overwork your dough. Make sure everything is super cold. It can't be cold enough once it goes into that oven. And that's really, and this is another kind of a secret ingredient, or it's not so secret to most Southern cooks. This is white lily self-rising flour. It comes out of the beautiful state of Tennessee. It's pretty easy to find nowadays. I used to find it. I always say this in New Jersey. If you can find it in New Jersey, you can find it anywhere.
Find it anywhere.
I found it down here in Texas, and but I've got a link for it. You can order it. If you don't have access, if you just can't get the white lily, then you can just use any kind of, there's good quality self-rising flour. If you don't have access to self-rising flour, then all you got to do is just get all-purpose flour, and make sure I've got this right. And then to 1 cup, you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So right here, I have got measured out. This is 2 1/4 cups of my self-rising white lily flour.
There you go. There you can see it now.
So if you didn't have the self-rising flour, then you're going to use that little ratio that I gave you, and that would basically be 1.5 plus 1.5, so that's 3 teaspoons plus a smidge more. So you're going to do about 3 1/4 teaspoons of salt and a little more than 3 1/4 teaspoons of. You got to bear with me. I'm a little fuzzy. 3 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a little over 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
And you have notes on that in your recipe.
I do. So don't listen to me. I'm
basically, if you're using self-rising, you don't need baking soda or powder.
Right. You can find it. Just trust me on that. Okay. I'm going to sit here and enjoy myself watching.
I'm almost done
on this contraption, and then we're going to come back and we're going to just keep making things cold. Okay. Well, that didn't take long at all. No. I love it.
Look at that. Oh, so it's all stuck up in there.
Yeah, that's okay. Give it just a couple of.
There we go.
There you go. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. Curly soup.
That's the perfect consistency. So now
I got it. I can use my hands.
Or my little. Well, I've got a little bench scraper here. So Oh, okay.
I got it.
So he did a half a stick and then a half a stick, and then obviously you just save your the remainder to half sticks for future use.
Yeah, to butter up those
That's right.
biscuits.
It won't take long to use up a half a stick of butter in this house. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So now another thing you want to be aware of is you don't want to overhandle things, just because one, your hands are warm and you don't want warmth. Hot isn't good until it goes into the oven. And also you don't want to overcook. You don't want the gluten to start breaking down, and those are just the little tricks of the trade. But anyway, we're going to combine this until now you see they kind of start to resemble those little peas.
And look at how easy my cleanup
is super easy. Okay, now another thing. So now what we're going to do is we want to get this cold. We want to keep it really cold. So before you get started, you're going to want to go to your freezer. And if you're like us, your freezer is like you open it and things fall out. So, throw out that bag of blueberries that's been in there for 2 years, or that cranberries or leftover taco meat, and make enough room for your bowl. And then you're also going to want to put your biscuits in there a little later. So put that in the freezer.
I got it.
I cleared out our blueberries. Okay, let's keep on moving. So let's get that chilled dough or the chilled butter with the flour.
I'm sure everybody just saw inside of that freezer that has every
that's okay. At least we had space for our chilled butter and flour. So now we have got, I told you there's only 3 ingredients. Now we've got 2, so now we're moving on to the last one.
Whoa.
We've got some very cold buttermilk. This is a cup. So I just now took this out of the oven, and I'm going to just begin to...
refrigerator.
What did I say? The oven? I'm telling you, I still think I've got some of the residual.
That's all right. I'm translating for you.
Thank you. My head cold is just like it plays with me. I think
you're just doing a little at a time.
I just want to begin to incorporate it in. So now the important thing is you just again, be careful. Don't overdo this. You don't want to overwork it. But you also, another tip. I'm giving you lots of tips here. There are very few ingredients, but a whole lot of tips.
They are.
I know. You may want to get out your notepad. Okay, so I can do a little more than this. I just don't want it to get one big giant pocket of gooey and then a soft on the other side. Right. But anyway, so what you want this to be is it's going to be really kind of like what we call a shaggy dough. It's not going to come together and make this beautiful dough like you're about to make bread. Dough. Yeah, not yet.
Like a pizza dough. Yeah.
Right. And the thing you will find is that it's going to be actually quite sticky. So now, and you want it to be sticky to the point that you may even feel like that's
not right.
That's too sticky, and your fingers are going to get a little sticky. So now what I do, baking is truly an exact science. You just have to make sure you measure out exactly the right amount, and but every time you do it, it feels like it's a little bit different. So I always have just a little bit of extra buttermilk on hand because this needs to come together just a little bit more. For it to form the right consistency. And I can tell you this is one of those things that the more you do it, you'll get that feel of like, okay, this feels right. Yeah. So now...
And the more you do it...
the more you'll eat them. The more
I can attest to that.
The more you'll need to increase your exercise regimen.
What's so great about these biscuits is that not only are they delicious just with some butter or some jam or honey, but Chris's biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy, folks.
To me, they're legendary.
I know.
Your gravy, your sausage gravy,
is really.
If you haven't looked it up or seen it, you need to do that. Especially now that he's perfected his.
I know. I think it's time for us to go back and revisit that recipe.
I'm so glad I'm helping.
You're doing
a
tremendous job.
I thought I was going to do nothing.
Okay, so now move this out of the way. Stop talking.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. And give me a little. You're going to want to just lightly sprinkle your surface. You want a cool surface. Don't overdo it because again, we don't want this with too much. I'm going to even I did a little more. I probably did that's good. That's good. I probably did about a cup and maybe 2 tablespoons worth of, I can't speak, of buttermilk. Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. My brain is, anyway, I stopped taking cold medicine like a day ago, but it's hanging on.
Residual.
It's residual. No, you're just naturally that. You just don't speak very well. You're probably right. Okay, so now what's going to happen is you're going to build these little mitts. And what I do is I keep a little, I'm not even going to worry about that right now. But where did my pastry, where's my pastry?
I got it. I put it somewhere.
Okay, I have another one right here.
Oh, look at you.
Okay, sorry, you don't have to use a pastry cutter, but you're going to want to use some sort of instrument like a knife or this to quarter this. And you see, I don't know what the ratio of this is, but that's probably about a 10 by 8 square. It's more about the height of it than the size of it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just stack this up and then just press it again with your fingers. Press it back down. And what that helps do is just add to those flaky flavors. I mean, those flaky layers that we want, flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's all right. Keep on keeping on.
The closed captioning people are really going to have a great time with this one.
I love it. I love it. So now, how many times do you have to do that?
Well, you can do it as many times as you want. In the interest
but
of
don't
time.
overwork your...
Exactly.
Right?
That's a good point. Don't overwork it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do... That was what?
Third.
This is the
that
third.
was twice. This is going to be a third time.
This is the third time. So now, I'm going to do it one more time. And then we're just going to... See, you can... I have my trusty rolling pin right out there. I don't even need it. It should be... pliable enough that you can do this without it.
Did I put enough flour on there?
You did. It's all right. And like I said,
sticky.
It's going to stick.
You want it around an inch or half an inch between that?
Between an inch and a half an inch. And you're going to get about anywhere from 9 to 10. 9 to 10. What?
You can push that down just a little bit more, but that's okay.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. You're going to get anywhere from 9 to 10 biscuits out of this. And so what we're going to use... What?
Don't get everything wet.
I'm not. So now I'm this right here. You see this? This is one of these biscuit cutters that have the little ridges on the edge. These make those classic biscuits that you get, down south. I've got a link to them. I got these, I think, a few years ago at Williams-Sonoma, and I want to show you. They usually come in little bunches like that.
Yeah. All these right here.
Right. Okay, so what's really important, here's another really important tip. Are you listening? I know I've been meandering, but this is really important. You're just going to press straight down. Your urge,
squidgle
your urge is going to, twerk. Don't do that.
Don't twerk.
Don't twerk your biscuit. And then just pull it straight out. It may be sticky enough that it sticks, that it pulls out, but if not, that's okay. Then we're going to move right over here, and we're going to do another one.
I think that's another chapter in our memoir.
Don't twerk your biscuits. I know. There's nothing worse than a twerked biscuit because it really does. It affects the overall outcome. Okay, and now we're going to do this.
Yes.
Excuse me, and then we're going to do one more. Okay, now we're just going to pull this away a little bit. Look at this. Let's see, this has got a nice height on it. These are going to get nice and tall. You're right. I probably did these a little taller than you have to, but that's okay. I love big
tall.
Big, tall biscuits. That's the best way to go. Okay, we're going to, what we'll do is we're going to get this dough. I'm going to put this dough together and form some more. Okay, so I just kept putting my scraps together and putting enough dough together until I could form another biscuit. So I've got 8 here. Normally you get anywhere from 9 to 10, but I told you.
But these are a little tall.
I was in the mood for tall biscuits. I just love tall biscuits. So if you go a little thinner, you're going to get more dough, and then you'll get more biscuits. But I would say don't do more than 10 because then they're going to get too thin and they just
yes.
So now, and you'll notice the size of this little baking sheet. It's the little one that we have for our little toaster oven. I use that one because it'll fit in our freezer. So think about that.
Which is why I'm gonna put these back in the freezer for how long? 15 more minutes?
Another 15 minutes. So cold is important. And
cold.
15 minutes. We've got our oven already cranked up to nice hot, which is 450. So when that cold hits that hot, we get hype. Okay, let's do it. Okay, it is time to bake up some biscuits.
These should be nice and chilly.
Okay, lovely. So we've melted some butter here, probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter, and the Loon is going to now just lightly butter the tops of those.
Yes.
So I've been a little...
That's the trick.
I've been
lightly.
Lightly, that's the challenge. I've been a little ditzy today. Forgive me for that. So let me try to recap the important salient points that you need to remember for this.
Oh, I did that.
Cold is really important. So you want to make sure your butter is super cold, your dough is, everything, your buttermilk is really cold. Keep things cold so when it goes into the piping hot oven, it's going to cook perfectly and get nice and flaky. You want to use a good quality flour. I said the White Lily is really good. So try to seek that if you can. What else is there? Don't over knead the dough. This isn't like you're making country white dough. You're not going to be doing this. You don't want to melt your butter. You do.
I mean, you don't want your butter to melt in the dough.
You don't want, well, it's more than that. Usually the gluten breaks down and all. You want to you want to keep everything cold.
Yes.
And then when you're rolling it out, it's okay to be very gentle and touch it somewhat, but keep a height to it. I made mine really high, but I used to like measure mine out like this. Well, I want it to be that, and they'd only be this thin, and they do like that, and they're just not as good. So I think those are the most important points. So now,
yes.
Oh, and when you put them on your baking sheet, put them. These are about an inch apart. I used to put them really close and there's that theory that with them really touching each other, they're going to go up. That may be well, but I have had better luck in keeping them somewhat distant apart and on this size of a baking sheet. Okay.
Wow, you are talking with no voice.
I know, and now I really have no voice. So now they're going to go, and they only bake for like 13 minutes.
I know. I got to get everything ready.
It's biscuit time.
All right, get those biscuits.
I know.
Quit twerking those biscuits.
I know it. No twerking allowed.
Oh,
look at that.
Wow.
Are those are like Southern home style. I know. You just want to eat them.
I just want to eat them.
I know. All right, so I am going to go ahead. Look how nice and tall and fluffy they are. I'm going to go ahead and finish them off with a little more butter on top because,
man.
Why not? Everything's
Yeah.
Yeah. This is amazing. So, oh my gosh. Do you remember the...
Look at the big old ones back there.
You remember the movie Sounder from back in the 70s, and she was making a big old batch of, I know, it was so sad.
Poor dog.
The poor dog. But I know, but the biscuits, I just remember the biscuits. I was like, one day I'm going to make biscuits like that.
Oh, wow.
All right, which
I
one do you
want that
want?
one.
This one, this one in the middle? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to place it right over here for you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Gosh. You are so right, though, that these are just begging some gravy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I have no doubt that probably within the day or two we'll have some
Yeah, I think so.
gravy on these biscuits.
When they was baking, he said, we're going to have a lot of extra biscuits. Why don't we have biscuits and gravy? And I said, okay.
For dinner?
I did say that for dinner.
Oh, look at that. All right, y'all, I'm going to open this baby up.
Oh, my gosh.
Here we go. Ooh. Okay.
Wow, look at the flakiness.
Oh, wow. Okay,
That's a... Look at, I got like a really tall one. I love it.
Yeah. All right, a little butter. I gotta have my butter.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited, you guys. These are, I mean, so far the texture, the layers is spot on. You guys, you're gonna be able to make these. Follow those little tips.
Little honey.
Oh, honey.
There we go.
Oh,
okay.
There's just nothing better. And you see, they really come together very quickly. 3 ingredients. You just follow those tips and you're going to be okay. So you get up a little before the rest of the family gets up and you throw these together. Can you imagine your family walking into this? And you're like, no, this is not out of a box or this is not out of a package. Yeah, but Wesley's, I mean, there's certain things that get Wesley really excited. Mm-hmm. This would be one of them.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm weak.
I just took a bite of a delicious cloud.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I love all the places that sell biscuits. I do. But these, homemade, you guys.
I can't even tell you right now.
So fluffy.
Oh.
Isn't it amazing?
Three the bottom is a nice brown color. Not. Wow.
3 ingredients.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Well, what a surprise.
I licked my fingers again.
I know. He gets yelled at back.
Oh, y'all.
I feel something
This
brewing.
is one of my favorite things in all the world. So it's 100,000%
Oh
gluten-proof.
my gosh, what a great
It's so
day.
easy to make, y'all. Just 3 ingredients. You just need patience and a refrigerator.
And just follow those, or freezer.
Freezer.
And just follow those steps, and you've got it. You've got it. Making
can't.
biscuits make the world a better place. They make those of us that can't speak okay. We love you so much. Make biscuits. Break bread together. Bye, you guys. We love you.